So there were four main reasons why this foundation was created. First, to support our primary purpose. So the mission. The core mission of the La Salette Charitable Legacy is to respond to the urgent humanitarian needs of God's disadvantaged people in Madagascar and wherever La Salette Mission activities and efforts are engaged. Whether addressing basic health care needs, providing fresh water, building of schools and churches, providing sources of energy. There are over 30 million people on that island, and a large percentage of which have almost no resources and need our help. Secondly, as the name implies, this is a legacy organization, honoring the memory of Bishop Donald Pelletier, who passed away, as Greg just mentioned, in 22, along with Father Jack Nuelle, Father Joe Shea, and the many La Salette missionaries and nuns who worked and sacrificed alongside them for decades in Madagascar, going back to the 50s and even earlier than that. Important point, we are a lay organization. This is not a religious organization. We're striving to establish a legacy for family and friends connected closely with these cherished La Salettes to continue providing the financial support necessary to keep many decades of progress alive and moving forward. Third, specifically our objective is to create an income source which is self-sustainable by operating off of its own investment income. So we've set a goal, an initial goal of $2 million, and that signifies just how ambitious these aspirations truly are. And with $2 million, what we should be able to do before any further annual income comes into the foundation is address the urgent projects we have in queue just through the investment income. Fourth, this endeavor is meant to extend beyond just one generation. It's been created for future generations. If you're interested in helping us carry the torch, either by active involvement on our board or by assisting in specific projects, there's a host of things that can be done. We welcome all the help we can get. We can teach you how our nonprofit operates and provide all the guidance you need. We also want to provide the inspiration and opportunity for the younger generation who may just be searching for a larger purpose in today's world. Now let's talk about the business side of the equation. In order for a foundation to achieve its goal, you essentially need to stand up a new business. That business needs to function as an effective organization with an operating structure, financial goals and budgets, and growth strategies, while being compliant with all of the federal and state laws, including the IRS. Over the last 9+ months, we've taken all of the fundamental steps to ensure that the La Salette Charitable Legacy meets the requirements of a sound and legally compliant business. So number one, I'm going to make a number of points here. We've assembled a dedicated and knowledgeable board who bring their business experience and direct ties to the La Salette mission in Madagascar to guide the foundation's operations. We have Greg Ansel as president, myself as vice president, Mike Poirier as our treasurer, David LaFerrier, who is handling all of our technology, and Allison is assisting us as our secretary. The board will ensure that project funding decisions are made with careful consideration and very much in line with our values and mission. Our responsibility is to be stewards, committed to sound decision making and getting help to those in greatest need as timely as possible. Number two, the La Salette Charitable Legacy is registered with the Missouri Secretary of State as well as with the Internal Revenue Service as a 501(a)(1) nonprofit corporation. As such, we have a formal corporate structure, including articles of incorporation, corporate bylaws, a board of directors and officers, who also acts as our advisory board to make decisions on projects. And we conduct the business of our nonprofit in compliance with all federal and state laws and ethical codes. Number three, in order to stay focused on our mission, we needed help from other organizations who have the experience, resources, and expertise to assist with many of the administrative components, such as processing of donations and investment of funds. To that end, we've partnered with the Roman Catholic Foundation of Eastern Missouri here in St. Louis, a professional 501c3 organization who will perform the key fiduciary responsibilities, such as handling the administration of inbound funds, issuing tax letters to donors, handling the investment of those funds with Morgan Stanley, and a host of other administrative steps that need to be handled. Number 4, the relationship with RCF ensures efficient management of our funds, which the La Salette Charitable Legacy organization, or I should say, while the La Salette Charitable Legacy organization maintains full control over the use of those funds. We want to keep overhead costs at a minimum, so as a point of reference, many nonprofits, even small organizations, can have overhead costs of 5 to 8%, many even over 10, 15%. And given the extremely low fees of the Roman Catholic Foundation and how lean we are, none of the officers or board members take a penny from this. The funds that we manage as a board are strictly to fund the fundraisers such as this, direct mail and all of those kinds of administrative expenses. Our board donates its time free of charge. Therefore, the only material expense is in the items I just mentioned. So our operational plan is to operate under a 2% operating expense. We've also developed, this is point number 5, we developed a grant approval process for the allocation of funds based on identified and compelling needs. Specifically, our advisory board goes through a well-defined assessment process. This is all documented to evaluate each request. This is done in a consistent manner to ensure that grants are awarded where they will make the most significant impact. Number 6, since our projects involve international aid, which can be financially complex, our transactions are supported by a well-established, secure process facilitated by the La Salette Global Mission Organization, allowing us to support projects all around the world with confidence, security, and without any obstacles. Number 7, in order to achieve our fundraising goals effectively, we are actively seeking support from corporate sponsors, as well as other foundations. Needless to say, we also rely heavily on internal fundraisers as well as contributions from individuals like you who understand the importance of our cause. And finally, number 8, the distribution of resources within the foundation reflects specific priorities. 70% of the grant monies will be allocated towards projects in Madagascar, while 25% will be directed towards other La Salette locations, and the remaining 5% will cater to miscellaneous requests, ensuring diverse needs are met adequately.